Hey guys, Al here, Vitalize Seed. I hope everybody's having a good Saturday. So today, I kind of wanted to pull the covers off of a topic that's discussed a lot, specifically in the food plot world. Really don't hear about it as much in the ag world, and I've certainly found myself in some debates over the years, and probably where I got a little bit more excited than I should have. But in general, I wanted to bring light to this topic, and that is the idea of growing things in lighter or sandier soils. I always like to try to tell people that no matter what your soil type is, there's pros and cons. You can have too heavy of a soil, and you certainly can have very light soils that are going to create challenges. And I say challenges and not problems for a reason. What I want to highlight though in this video is I had a grower who's a friend of ours, Andrew Hutchinson, who has three different fields, and all of the cation exchange capacities, or CECs, came back sub 5, some 4 to 3, around that area that I'll highlight today. So very light soils. And organic matter levels of these soils was around 1%. I believe one was sub 1%. So very light, low organic matter soils. Regardless of that, I still wanted to spend the money because, again, at Vitalize Seed, that's what we have the desire to do, is continue to learn and share this information on total nutrient digest of those particular soil profiles. And that is what I have here behind me. So even in these 1% organic matter soils at 4%, 4 CEC, look at the net level of nutrients that we have. Total nitrogen, 881 pounds. Total P is 782. Total P2O5, 1798. Total K, etc. Now that's the total nutrient. So not all of that is going to be plant available, but we certainly can maximize this uptake through reduced tillage or no-till, highly diverse systems, like the Vitalize 1-2 system, understanding carbon and nitrogen ratios like we do in the Vitalize 1-2 systems, getting plants off to a healthy start. So maybe that's foliar applying nutrients or spoon feeding nutrients just to get them off to the right start so their photosynthesizing engines are high throttle, full throttle, so that we can unlock the soil biology so that these nutrients can start to become available. And then we can start to get glomalin created through fungal connections, which is going to also allow for better biological stability of the soil as well. Now, on top of that, we're going to also work on our base saturations of the soil profile. So as magnesium's only at 12, as calcium's at 52. Obviously, you see a lot of hydrogen there on the soil colloid at 32%, which is going to be a lower pH. So we're going to want to balance that out, right, with the right choices for lime and things like that to get the chemical structure right. Let's look at a couple other examples from Hutch's farm. So here's another example. This is old corn. So this was actually in row production corn for many, many years. I'm not surprised to see your potassium and phosphorus so high, as they were likely putting out quite a bit of that in corn-on-corn rotation in a heavy tillage system. I believe this is the one that had below 1% organic matter. Obviously, light soil at 3.9 CEC and heavy tillage for many years. But still yet, there's still a lot of nutrients in that soil profile, but we just have to make it possible to unlock those nutrients. Let's look at one more here that he submitted. And then this is the last one here that I'll highlight at least today. And again, same thing. So your total P is still very high. Total nitrogen on this spot is way up there in total nitrogen availability. I'm guessing this one was the highest organic matter at like 1.3, maybe something like that. But all in all, what I want to highlight in this video, guys, is that the key to fixing sandy soils is really biomass, right? So you can grow, there's guys in Georgia at 1% or 1 CEC with low organic matter, and they're growing corn. I highlight a friend of mine, Caleb, who was really a mentor to me early on. I would ask him millions of questions. I haven't talked to him as much recently. I do need to reach out, but it was really about how do you manage fertility. So in the food plot world, what we're so lucky to have is we're essentially cover cropping 2 times in a single season, or more, right? Depending on your cropping style and system. If you're using the Vitalize system, you're using 14, 15 species in the spring, 16 species in the fall, that are well-balanced diversity with a purpose, right? We're not just throwing these in here willy-nilly. We're really measuring out to make sure that we're balancing those carbon and nitrogen ratios of not only singular plantings, but also subsequent plantings thereafter to aid in biology in the soil profile and aid in biomass both above and below ground, so that in these low soils, low CEC, low organic matter, you can start to unlock the potential. But just because you have low CEC or you have sandy soil or low organic matter, don't think that that means that there's no nutrients in the soil, because a little tiny bit of soil goes a long way. And even the little bits between all that little bit of sand, silt, the stone, etc., the root biomass, the microbial biomass, all of that goes into account when you're looking at total nutrient digest. And all of that is able to be cycled into a plant if you get the biology right in the system. So like all soils, they all have their challenges. But as we go forward and we understand how those challenges can be, or risks can be mitigated by reducing tillage, maximizing diversity, if you are going to use fertility, how to apply that fertility that makes the most sense to drive yield or to drive biomass so that you can increase your success in the future. If you guys like this stuff, please check us out. Follow us at vitalizeseed.com. We sure do appreciate you.